Hello, everyone. So today we're gonna look at how to code the website Diabetes Canada. So last class we already had the markdown from a simple markdown from of the design of the website. Today we're gonna take a look and a deeper dive into the design breakdown first, and then we'll go through a couple of tutorials to code everything. Let's get started. So here it is our design doc. And we already said there's like three main sections of this website: the header section, the content section, and also the footer section. In our header section, there are four components. The first one is a logo. I name it as an organization logo, logo. And we have the main menu, secondary navigation, and additional navigation, and a search bar. In the content section, there are also mainly four divisions. The first one is a slider, and it is composed of a slides section and a slide control sections. And we can see from the design that there's currently four different slides. In the second part, initially from last week, we call it a news section, but later on when I see that there's like make a tribute, make a difference. So that means like it's more like a call to action to me. So I renamed it as a call to action. And then there's a featured list. And there's another news section. We're just gonna call it news center. And also, oh yes, so we basically see there's like it could be a table or it could be a list for the featured parts. And we're just gonna use list in my tutorial. And this column, we're just gonna give a name as a feature type. And this column is gonna be feature description. In the footer sections, you can see that there's basically two parts, links parts, and a lot of additional links. And the last part is like organization copyright. Yeah, so like you can see for each of my notes, I added a div and ID or div and class. The difference between ID and class is that, well, firstly, they are both a naming attribute for HTML. If you name something ID and your name for this section, it is a very unique identification. It can only show up in the website once, in your website page once. And if you name this part diabetes organization logo, and you cannot name another part. But if it's you're naming something as a class, this class tag can be used for multiple times. So it is usually used for, like, you can see the repetitive pattern in the website. So a class you can be used in the CSS format to use the same format to apply to all three sections. Similar as the feature type and feature description part, because they are like little squares, blocks around it, and there's a line, and it's ordered in the same format. And so we give the feature type a class definition and the feature description a class definition. Yeah, and a div is basically a HTML tag that's division. Division tag is mainly for organize your structures, putting all the related content into the same place so that you can have a very organized and structured DOM tree. And it is a block level element. On the other hand, we have inline level element. The different, like the span tag. The difference between a block element versus an inline element is on this notepad. The block element can start content on a new line, and the browser will basically add space before and after the block element. And it can take up the entire space, like the entire width that you assign them to. While as an inline level element, it does not start on a new line, and it only takes up the necessary width. Like we usually use it like in between paragraphs when you have like this is one paragraph that you have a different format like in the front and in the back. So we have like put a span like before and after the phone number so we can apply to a different format later. Okay, so this is how we break down a web page in detail. In next tutorial, we'll go right into HTML and see how to code this.